A riot is the language of the unheard. War is a poor chisel to carve out tomorrow. The time is always right to do what is right. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. There can be no deep disappointment where there is not deep love. A right delayed is a right denied. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. Nothing in all the world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus but a molder of consensus. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor, it must be demanded by the oppressed. We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. We are not makers of history. We are made by history. Everything that we see is a shadow cast by that which we do not see. Never succumb to the temptation of bitterness. At the center of nonviolence stands the principle of love. Wars are poor chisels for carving out peaceful tomorrows. To other countries, I may go as a tourist, but to India, I come as a pilgrim. Human salvation lies in the hands of the creatively maladjusted. We must use time creatively. Seeing is not always believing. I want to be the white man's brother, not his brother-in-law. Means we use must be as pure as the ends we seek. Peace is not merely a distant goal that we seek, but a means by which we arrive at that goal. The quality, not the longevity, of one's life is what is important. Never forget that everything Hitler did in Germany was legal. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. If a man has not discovered something that he will die for, he isn't fit to live. A lie cannot live. We must build dikes of courage to hold back the flood of fear. Almost always, the creative dedicated minority has made the world better. It is not enough to say we must not wage war. It is necessary to love peace and sacrifice for it. Our scientific power has outrun our spiritual power. We have guided missiles and misguided men. I look to a day when people will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. The past is prophetic in that it asserts loudly that wars are poor chisels for carving out peaceful tomorrows. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. That old law about an eye for an eye leaves everybody blind. The time is always right to do the right thing. The Negro needs the white man to free him from his fears. The white man needs the Negro to free him from his guilt. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people but the silence over that by the good people. All progress is precarious, and the solution of one problem brings us face to face with another problem. Oppressed people cannot remain oppressed forever. The yearning for freedom eventually manifests itself. It may be true that the law cannot make a man love me, but it can keep him from lynching me, and I think that's pretty important. There is nothing more tragic than to find an individual bogged down in the length of life, devoid of breadth. We must concentrate not merely on the negative expulsion of war but the positive affirmation of peace. Shallow understanding from people of good will is more frustrating than absolute misunderstanding from people of ill will.